What's the agenda for today?
Oh, there's so many things to talk about. Jesus Christ.
We're not complaining about referees, you know.
Have we started?
I'm definitely not complaining about referees.
Yeah, because I feel like it's becoming repetitive.
Yeah.
Do I have to introduce like I'm happy to be here? We're just bantering. Oh, I know you guys. You banter, then you start the episode when you feel like. Yeah,
No, we just have a conversation, you know.
yeah.
It's just funny that the one time, you know, Ten Hag then eventually gets sacked. That's when he decides to show up for the show.
Well, you know.
Is it a coincidence?
No, do you know? By the way, everyone knows me. I'm team Ten Hag in.
Yeah.
I don't think Ten Hag is the problem at Manchester United. He's never been the problem at Man United.
Yeah.
He's what he is as a coach. The problem at Manchester United are the players. Rashford. I said it a few weeks ago and people said I was hating. Rashford is West Ham standard. You see like how Danny Welbeck is now at Brighton and he's flourishing.
Yeah.
Rashford is West Ham standard. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
So,
actually,
and he's been
in a way, that makes sense because at West Ham as well, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is thriving.
That's what I'm trying to say.
What's the game? Did you watch the game?
I just think he played really well.
There was a time I think he dribbled past like 3 players.
Yeah.
Like proper skill. Like
Yes.
Which players?
everyone on the right.
United players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So
That's
this,
the key.
so this the key thing, and I've always said it, and like, I'm gonna be called a hater, and it's okay.
No, you're a hater.
I'm not. By the way, do you know what? I'm the guy who says we need a strong Manchester United. You know, Man City is so far ahead of the curve. We need people. We need team. If you think about it, back in the day, look at it back in the day, right? When United were dominant, they could still go and lose points at a Liverpool and go and lose points maybe here or there. Like at the moment, outside of the top 4 teams, where do City slip up?
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? So, and
Like you're surprised when it happens.
Yeah.
Oh shit, they did.
And they slip up against a team like some Birmingham or whatever, some crazy
shit team like Tottenham.
right?
Yeah.
Like Tottenham. So you see, it's one of those ones where for the league to be like as dope as we wanted, it can't just be Arsenal versus City. It has to be Arsenal, Liverpool. It has to be.
You're okay. Clearly, since we're talking about Ten Hag, I'm United. It's been, this is his 2.5 years, if I'm not wrong. He's won way more than Arteta.
Yes,
Way more.
he's won more than Arteta. It's a fact.
One more.
Way more. I was just that about
One more.
Way.
But in the last 2 years, he's won more than Arteta.
He's won on
100%.
Factually, we're talking factually, right? But then again, Man United standards
Have dropped.
are just high. So we can't allow him to finish 8th 2 seasons in a row, despite winning funny trophies.
Right.
So it's a good thing he's gone. Anthony has to follow him.
Who signed him?
And Ten Hag.
Yeah, take your
He
trash
has to
out
go
when
with
you
him.
leave. When he goes into his office, picks up his laptop, picks up his picture of his wife and kids, take Anthony
I
as well.
saw a story today, but it's Talksport. I don't know how true it is. Apparently, he's been told he can leave as well in January. Good signs. I think it's high time. Because the thing is, I think he lost so many players that we didn't really know. Apart from Sancho and Ronaldo that we all knew, I think he lost someone like Diallo. Like how many players were consoling him last game when he was coming on? Like Van Nistelrooy came on, the other assistant manager came on. Clearly, there's a problem between him and Diallo. Diallo has been our best player for the games he's been starting, despite us having been really mediocre.
So are you ready for it then? Are you ready for the fattest I told you so?
Oh no.
On
Go
this
ahead.
show ever?
Go ahead.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah, tell me.
I'm ready for it.
Because G-Money, I don't know if you remember, but I'm pretty sure you must have been here. We told you guys he had an issue with Sancho and he was the problem. We told you guys he had an issue with Ronaldo.
You compared him with Arteta. Shut up. You said this is a good sign because you were supporting him.
Calm down.
No.
This isn't a bus stage.
I'm not gonna.
This isn't a matatu
I won't take that.
We let people finish.
No.
You speak after.
You're not finishing that.
If I have a thought process, just because you don't have one, doesn't mean you can't make one later. You can make one after.
I am
so
not
different from what I'm used to.
Just give it a second. Just give it a second. We told you guys he was the issue with Ronaldo. Turned out he was. We told you guys he was the issue with Varane. Turned out he was. We told you guys he was the issue with your signings. Turned out he was.
Signings true.
So now he's 17 players in. of players signed. We told you guys were overspending. That turned out to be true.
Okay.
We told you guys. Sorry, G. I'm not done. There's also things outside of the squad, outside of the squad stuff. We told you guys cup trophies are not a measure of a team's progression. Now you're 14th and complaining. I mean, I'm sure you enjoyed the FA Cup win on those at that one time, the Carabao Cup at that one time. But now you're 14th,
right?
And you didn't listen. We told you guys were overspending. You didn't listen on certain players, on the whole budget, whatever you guys want to call it. We told you guys those were too many losses, big losses. 7-0, 4-0 due to Brentford, Brighton. And you guys kept doing it, kept saying, nah, Ten Hag has it going. You know, he's the second best bold manager.
Honestly, though, the fact of the matter, anybody who's a true fan of United was not backing Ten Hag. There's only a few delusional people.
I don't think there's anyone who backed him.
A few delusional. And I think the thing with United is this, right? And I'll say this again, right? The club culture needs a reset.
I think it's changing though.
I don't think so, because you can't tell me it's changing and you've changed the manager.
No, it's not the manager. We fired Fergie.
No, but you see, even
by the way, that will always be the case. Even you know that fact is never going to change. G.
No,
they fired Fergie before they fired Ten Hag, and that will always be on them. Right. Always.
And the thing is, honestly, when I feel that with Fergie, right, I feel it was the right move to make.
Of course. In
terms of but it didn't need to be as public as it was. Yeah. I think it was handled badly. He's 82 years old, and if you have your grandma, your grandpa's 82 years old, he's supposed to just be chilling and enjoying football as He's not supposed to be there's a crisis meeting and they're calling. That's like, for
example, you to go to freaking China.
That's like, you know there's a meeting, there's a crisis meeting at Homeboys Radio, and they're calling me. Why are you calling me for? I don't work there no more. You know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly. Why are they calling the 80-year-old?
Yes, the 80-year-old G. G's not interested. He just wants to listen to music.
Fair, I get you. You know, and he says things are changing, but G. These guys had the chance to fire Ten Hag and do this make this decision in May after, but here they are now paying an extra £10 million just to let him go.
And the craziest thing is, if you look at the United squad as it is now, and when I tell you it's going to need a lot of reshaping, is who are Ten Hag's players in that squad?
17
out of 24.
Yeah, but who are? Yeah. No numbers. But look at that.
Or the profiles that will only work.
You know, like you can say someone like, all right, you'd say someone like Odegaard. That's Arteta's guy.
Oh,
someone
like
like
men.
Yes,
his men.
Who are his men in that team?
I think
only Anthony.
Yeah, who doesn't play?
Only Anthony who would fight for him.
Anthony, I'd say Anthony, Lisandro Martinez. That's two players I can think of. Hoyland maybe.
I don't even think Hoyland.
Wow. I think it's done. I think he lost Bruno a long time ago.
I think he lost Bruno, he lost Casemiro.
But this is what I'm saying to you. So now the new manager comes in, right? And is now going to have to unplug all of that stuff. We saw what when Chelsea were winning, they were winning, but we saw that a manager had to come in and break up the toxicity at that club. Same with Arsenal. Let's be very clear. When Ozil and Oba, all those guys were in, Arteta had to come in and say, you know what? The biggest problem that United have now is they need a big manager.
Yeah.
You need a big manager. And this is not like, you know, in the same way how a Barcelona or a Real Madrid can say, you know what? I like Arteta. I'm not going to get him this year, but I'm going to get that guy. United is the kind of club that should be undeniable. So this guy, they're touting this guy of forget him before we even get to him. When Thomas Frank is being asked, and you know United have ask who?
Yeah.
You need a manager that can come into that club, right? And the players are like, oh yeah, this one doesn't.
I want to disagree with that because we've had big name managers. We had Van Gaal and we had Mourinho.
Yeah, but you hired them as head coaches.
Let me finish. We have order here. We have order here. It's not a CC market.
I'm trying to help you.
We're not. This is not a soko.
Mm-hmm.
We let people speak first.
We're also very original here.
Shut the fuck up.
You know?
We can't say that. I mean, I disagree with that because we've had big managers and we still had problems off the dressing room. That was the main issue for us. For the longest time, as much as we had good managers, because I don't think Mourinho and Van Gaal were horrible managers. I think they were good managers. I even think Ten Hag, he's not the worst manager we've ever had on paper. Like, I'm sure there's so many bad managers out there. I think he's there's a mixture.
Numbers wise.
No, there's a mix. No, honestly, he's not. We know that he's a good manager because he's done other things for like smaller clubs. So he has the ability to coach. There's no question about it. So what we need right now, because remember, we have a team that has not, apart from Casemiro, we don't have any other Champions League winner, right? So we don't have that big players in terms of winning things, so that we need someone who can outshine them. Remove Casemiro there and we have a bunch of kids.
No,
we have
I
Garnacho.
disagree.
We have our front three, for example, Amad Diallo, Garnacho.
Amad Diallo doesn't start. He's not your front three.
As in our front five.
Okay.
The kids that are there, all of them are young. They all just need to be guided. I don't think they need those kind of players. Don't need big
Kids
name.
tend to be young. That's what they're
Yeah. And then midfield, we have Ugarte, who again hasn't won much, so he's not a big name player. Only Casemiro in that list. Bruno as well.
Right.
The biggest the biggest manager Bruno has coached is probably Solskjaer. So the bar is low.
But no.
But to his point, or rather in response, didn't you have those players there? You had Ronaldo, Mr. Champions League. Then you decided once you chucked him, you called Varane Mr. Champions League, and then you removed him as well.
No, but the thing is,
David De Gea was a Premier League winner.
Looking forward.
What I feel is, sorry to interrupt you, but what I feel is when I say a big manager, I don't say we need a bully. I'm not saying you need someone who's going to come in and like throw.
Okay, how do you define big manager?
A big manager is someone who's like, for example, I don't see Tuchel throwing teacups and tantrums, but he's a big manager.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? I don't see, let me give another example.
But it's a combination of so many things. Someone like Tuchel, as much as, yes, he is a big manager, he failed at PSG. He was sucked at Chelsea. Like, there is...
Did he fail at Chelsea?
Yeah, I don't think he failed
What do you
at
mean?
Chelsea.
Haram ball ilianza api?
Did he fail at Chelsea?
He failed.
I don't think he was given the
He
chance
won a
to fail.
trophy. Wait,
sorry.
He won a trophy, yes, but then again...
And a Club World Cup.
I don't think he was allowed to fail.
No, listen, he was not a success at Chelsea. You can't say he was a success because...
Saddam, being sacked is not the barometer of whether you're a successful manager or not.
Because Mourinho's been sacked a million times.
And he's one of the most successful managers in the history of managers.
So he failed at PSG.
Who?
Tuchel.
I'm sure he won the French league there.
Yeah, he did
Come
win
on.
the French league.
And then with Chelsea, he won the Champions League. Fine. Great. But then again,
fine, great.
You just said
we're reducing it to fine and great.
You just said winning trophies doesn't necessarily mean progress. You just said that.
No, I didn't say progress. I said success.
But what I'm saying,
Ten Hag also won trophies.
I'm talking about the personality of the manager. Like, as in, it's got to be someone who demands respect from.
That's where I want to latch on.
From the get go, like someone who the players can respect.
That's where I want to latch on. So, for example, Unai Emery is a very successful manager, but there were problems at Arsenal not because he was a bad manager, but because the structure around him wasn't set, right? So there was the issue of the structure, but then at the same time, the guy's just come into a new country. He was learning English.
Yes.
So because of his issue with the language, he couldn't command respect.
You can't say he was. You can't say he was
Let me
sad because
finish.
of not knowing English.
No, let me finish. And you're not going to reduce my point to that. He was, like I said, he didn't have the structure around him. And then, obviously, because he didn't have the structure, he couldn't get the signings that he initially wanted.
Right.
Remember, he wanted to sell Saka for Zaha, but thankfully we didn't allow that. But think about the moments, those little stories that that came with his issues. That how some of the academy players were making fun of his English.
Yes.
His good evening and his playing, those kind of things. Like, it was hard for him to develop this charisma that he now has with Aston Villa.
Right.
Eric Ten Hag, even if he might have been a big personality in his own mother tongue, right, I don't think he had that personality in the language of English or in the language of the country that he was working in now, which is the United. Same thing with Unai Emery. Now he has a much stronger command of English. Arne Slot, for example, has come into Liverpool, immediately transformed.
Presence.
Yeah, he has presence. He has presence. You can see it in his press conference, in his post-match interviews, apparently even in the training sessions. Immediately commands respect, and he can communicate not just what he wants to do, but the principles of how he carries himself.
How do you explain, if with this language and respect and whatever you're saying, how do you explain Bielsa coaching with a translator for almost 3 years, taking leads from wherever they were to the Premier League?
I mean, you always have anomalies. You always have exceptions to every single, like literally in chemistry as a subject, you always have exceptions
I think
to a rule.
you
Ten Hag,
exaggerate.
no, I'm not. And you know why? You know why?
Try to
Also,
justify.
I see Bielsa as Bielsa is
He's a grandfather.
no. I don't see him as that DJ who other DJs respect.
Really?
He's like
He's a wacko.
No. He's like he's
Like, he's a bit weird.
but on his day, he's crazy.
He's a big man,
he's a big man. You get me?
Yeah.
So I feel like he's more in this,
No,
But
Zuma's been running that
the
narrative.
credibility to my story here comes from Laurie Whitwell, which is an actual United reporter for The Athletic. Now, he said it, I didn't even see it. It wasn't an article. He just mentioned it in passing on the Kelly and Wrighty show on Premier League. So he said, by the way, we also think that the communication barrier was a real problem for him, so he couldn't necessarily communicate what he wanted. But then at the same time, there were other problems. Because of the issues of communication.
Are we talking microwave, the fridge? So
No, the holes in the...
Oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
no,
my
no,
bad.
no. Yeah, it's because, as you can imagine, him being bald.
Yeah.
Water falling from the ceiling affects you directly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Uh,
The Emirates is a leak as well, though.
it's balanced. It's
Yeah,
balanced.
we have a leak as well.
From one league to another.
But we're,
You know what I mean?
okay.
but we're
then
fixing it. We're fixing it.
Well, you have a leak.
At
Yeah, we
Emirates, they're redoing the whole stadium. It's crazy to believe. Emirates is 20 years old, so they're doing a whole
It is
a
actually
refit.
20 years old.
20.
Yeah, never seen a Premier League.
Anyway,
Nowadays.
shh.
It's okay.
So,
I said it before he said it.
yeah, you did. You might as well
Yeah,
just...
yeah.
Self-harm. Good. He
No,
was
not
saying...
But go
he
on.
was saying there were issues with the way Ten Hag seemed to look for issues with the squad. Now, Arteta, when he came to... I mean, everybody watched the documentary. When people like to compare him to Arteta and how, no, they should back him. When Arteta had issues with players, it was for a very good reason. And he could back that chat. When he had issues with Aubameyang about being late and disciplinary issues, he had a whole file. On this day you did this, sign here. You signed here, look. Like a disciplinary record. With Ten Hag, it just felt like...
It's vibes.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
I don't like you. I don't like your vibe. So, he probably looked at Varane's knees like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where's Varane now?
Yeah, that's
He retired.
Rightfully so.
He was true about Varane.
Rightfully
About
so. I'm
Varane.
just saying, it's not nice what he did to Varane.
I feel...
It's necessary. You can't say, oh, fuck
Do you
off.
know, I feel this is what I feel about Manchester United, especially fans like Saddam and all that, is that you guys are scared to blame anybody for the situation that United's in. Like, it's almost as if you're saying everything was okay. It's just one of those things. Like, break it down systemically and say this was wrong, this was wrong, this was wrong. Because the only way you're going to be able to get right is to identify what's wrong.
That's brilliant. That is honestly brilliant. Because for the last 3 years, that's what we've been trying to do for them. But it's like talking to a wall, man.
Yeah.
So here, when it actually finally happens, they're still shocked as to why it has all come down to this.
Check this out, right? And I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this the other day, right? Arsene Wenger leaves Arsenal. It took him 8 years to go back and watch a game at the Emirates. You know what that says to me? That says to me, okay, we've moved on from this era. So the era between Arsene and
Unai Arteta.
Arsene and Arteta was an experiment that the club thought didn't work. They couldn't get Arteta when they wanted him. They got Emery, right? Now they go back, they get Arteta. Arteta comes in and says, I'll come, but this needs to change. I think at Manchester United, there's just a hope that things get better, as opposed to now, maybe with idiots, a systemic plan to say, what's wrong? Because the thing about it is, it's like, now, even getting rid of Fergie, which is that's the way it's going to look. Even if it was negotiated, whatever, that's the way getting rid of Fergie shouldn't even have been a thing. Because to me, it says, it means that the expectation that we have as Manchester United fans is of success, and we expect you to be great, but it just wallpapers over the issues that need to be fixed. And I think that's the issue with United fans and Manchester United in general, is at the end of the day, there's no denying that historically Manchester United is amazing. They're like, you cannot argue with their history.
The thing,
Size.
And the size of that,
You know what tells me it's a massive club?
with no success, it's still what, the third biggest club?
Yeah.
With no success.
Kelly and Righty show. They usually cover several games across that show every Monday on Showmax Premier League TV, right? Because of the news, everything was thrown to the back.
Yeah, and they went live.
Arsenal, Liverpool, title challengers,
Thrown to the back.
thrown to the back to the end of the show, and it was
Like
like
5 minutes. I watched
10
it.
minutes. Yeah, but the whole time they were talking about
United.
United.
Look at the numbers,
mad.
though. Look at the numbers.
This is the thing,
a team that has not had the usual success, still the third biggest team in the world.
I mean, Ten Hag said after Man City we're the most successful in the Premier League.
No, he said after Pep Guardiola, I'm the most successful.
Yeah.
in the world. That's what he said.
But the
He was
to answer.
Well, I mean, Klopp's gone, so that's the
Technically.
point.
No, see,
Technically,
he was talking
he's
about
right.
the last 2 years since he came, which was factually true.
Okay,
Anyway, the fact that
but you're doing it again.
the thing,
like papering over the cracks.
that was a joke. Can you move on?
I mean to point it
He
out.
is
supposed to
one
laugh and
Carabao
then-
Cup away from comparing himself to like Sir Alex Ferguson.
There you go.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, he is.
Arsene
He is
Wenger.
mad. He's mad. You know what? He said this past game we got a red card and that loss doesn't count.
He said, nah.
Ten Hag is crazy.
He
Anyway,
said, nah, we got a red card. Nah, we didn't lose that game. Whatever.
I think we all understood that the problem with United was on the pitch and mostly off the pitch. And what we've seen for the last one and a half years is we're trying to sort out the off the pitch because that one can easily be fixed because fine, this and this and this is needed. We needed a CEO, we needed a sporting team behind and everything. That one has been fixed.
It's
or
being
rather,
fixed.
or rather has been changed to the previous. We don't know if it will succeed. We have to give it time for the next 2-3 years, right?
Right.
To see if that has worked, right? Ten Hag came in, because remember Ten Hag was brought in by the previous owners, right? When Ten Hag was brought in, we never had that structure. So he was part of the old structure, or other old ways of doing things, right? When the signings we've made recently, I don't think we overpaid as we did during Anthony era. The Anthony, the Casemiro, we paid 70 million for Casemiro, who's 30-something year old, right?
Crazy.
Like those are mistakes that I don't see us making in the future.
That's the
70 million for
the Woodward area.
Still, it is still during Nani's era.
Oh, okay.
It is still Glazers. It was not Ineos.
45 million for Euro?
That's come on. We that is yet to be decided. 45 million for Wonder Kid. That's not a bad thing.
So I think so,
If it works, we will be.
I'm trying to get what's the point?
So now the thing is, so once the changes,
Kick
the
in.
backroom stuff has been done. So now, okay, fine. We gave Ten Hag an opportunity, right? That's why his contract was extended beginning of this season, right? They wanted, because he had one good season. The season he finished third in his first season, which was I would say decent.
Very good. Yeah.
And then he had one bad season. So he was like, okay, one good, one bad. Let's give him another opportunity to see
And
if.
then half a bad.
So this is throughout bad. So now there's no way. Beginning of this season, I was backing Ten Hag because I had seen one good season, one bad season. Naturally, you would want to back someone because I can't judge you based on the one bad thing you've done and not the other. So the thing is, this season, it has been horrible. The changes, every single aspect of how we play has just been horrible. And it's not like we don't have good players. International players, guys are playing well.
But that's not what G-Man is saying. You guys don't have good players.
I want to disagree. I think we have decent players.
How many world-class players do you have? You have.
It's difficult for you to say now because we are all struggling.
It's difficult
Like
because it's difficult to
how
watch.
can you wait during your banter era?
We have Ozil was definitely always world.
No, but Ozil we knew he was world class because he had played at Madrid. We had seen him.
Aubameyang.
Ozil's never been world class.
He was top scorer.
He has never been world class. Come on, that means nothing.
Anyway, so
You see,
There's
I know
been
you guys are
nothing.
biased because he's African. Like you can't be world class to play for
The
Gabon.
only the world class
you
players
guys
in our
as
team.
him or as United
as
fans?
most fans.
No. Aubameyang was never that in anything. The world class players in our team right now, I would say Casemiro. I would say Bruno Fernandes.
Casemiro at the end of his career, but go on.
No, they're world class
I
players.
completely disagree that Casemiro is anywhere near the term world class.
He is.
At this
He couldn't be
point-
world class if he wrote it himself.
He was.
Wow.
There's no way.
There is very few players in the world ever who'll ever get his level in terms of playing as an his
especially
position.
him. He was never gonna get back to that level.
Obviously, we don't expect that.
Exactly. That's what.
But
I'm
like
saying,
you
he's
asked me,
past it.
but you are when Ozil was with you, right? It was towards the end of his career as well. No.
Ozil
No.
was still 29.
No. I think
He's
I
29,
personally think he
30.
left
Wow,
the game early. Like,
30. How old
when he
was
went to
Casemiro?
wherever he went.
31.
Oh, come on.
So but that's what I'm trying to say to you. Like end of the day,
They overrate their players.
I mean, personally, I've always said it. Like, let's go from your back line forward, right? Your back line: Johnny Evans, Maguire, Dalot, and
Johnny Evans will go down as Premier League legend.
he will.
Then let's respect him.
He will.
Tell me one defender of Arsenal who has anything close to Johnny Evans' level.
Saliba.
Come on.
100%.
Let's be realistic.
What are
Saliba's
you
gonna-
talking about?
Come on, let's
Tony
be
Adams,
realistic.
Lee Dixon,
If-
Winterburn. Let's
if-
go.
If Saliba gets
Are we talking about old or now?
Even but Johnny Evans is both, innit?
Yeah.
okay,
That's the problem with United. They have a lot of those
let's
players.
put things on the table.
We
Saliba
start.
has won nothing in his
We're
career.
not talking. This is
Jimmy,
not about
wait,
Arsenal.
Are
This is
you,
about
are you
United.
putting things on the table with a team that's 14th?
I'm
I'm telling you,
Because
respect.
if we're talking about tables here, my
I'm
friend,
just no. I'm
I have
trying.
news.
No, I'm just trying to break because you said we have a good team. So I'm not.
We have a
Who's
good
your
team.
number one backline when everyone's fit? Martinez.
Martinez and Delict.
Mm-hmm.
Mazraoui on the right. Luke Shaw on the left.
Jeez. You know. What?
technically Mazraoui is number 10 now.
And also, you guys need to sell Luke Shaw.
So
But that's
his
another
world class Bruno Fernandes attacking midfielder is being benched by a right back.
Right.
He was benched.
Sour.
He was
Cool.
benched, huh?
All right.
We just don't get
We-
nonsense.
no,
He was
just allow
benched,
him.
huh?
Allow him.
All
We're going to allow you.
No,
Can't
yeah.
help it.
Forget the defense. Let's go into your midfield. What's your number one your top your first choice midfield?
Casemiro,
Fernandes.
Ugarte, and Bruno Fernandes.
Not Mino?
I mean, he's injured.
We're not talking
No,
about
no,
Curry. We're
yeah,
talking about when
yeah.
everybody's fit.
Obviously, Mainu, Ugarte, and Bruno Fernandes.
How does
So
that
your
even
world
sound?
class player gets benched by a player who's not world class.
I'm talking about the future.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the now.
This
you
is
know.
what I'm
No,
saying.
I don't want to be
bro.
sensational.
You
Okay.
don't know your
I
own
don't
team.
want to
Forget
be
it.
sensational.
Now, I get why
Alright,
people
forget
say
it.
the United job
Forget
is such
it.
a hard
All
job.
right, now let's go to your front line. What's your top front line?
Diallo, Garnacho, and Hoyland.
I think you've just answered the
Yeah,
question.
I think we've done enough there.
I think
no,
we've
but
answered the
he
question.
talks about they're fixing it, right? If you look at the short list of managers, I think Ineos are just as confused as United fans. I think they're just as confused as the voices that they're hearing from their executive team, because every one of them is apparently very, well experienced in different kinds of like setups.
Sports, yeah.
You have guys like Zidane, you have Massimiliano Allegri, you have
Who are available.
who are available, right? Like technically available. These are all big name managers, right? And then you also have guys like Amorim and Thomas Frank and so on. My thing is, like, if you were to have a short list, right? Are you deciding anybody who seems like a good manager, or anybody who is a good coach, or anybody who is experienced or not experienced but has a... What is the criteria? Because if you look at that short list, it's any manager who we could possibly take.
I love that. Do you know what? The question I would ask Saddam is this: Zinedine Zidane becomes United manager tomorrow. How many people in the current United team stay?
I mean, only Casemiro, judging by...
How many
Because
stay?
he was worked with him in the past.
I think only Anthony leaves. I think apart from Anthony, I think we have a very good team.
Well,
Okay.
technically
you're-
he's right,
you
'cause
don't-
we're only in November. If he joins now, nobody can leave until...
Yeah, but then
January.
again, Zidane, I don't rate him.
You don't rate Zidane.
As a manager,
I don't.
yeah, I agree with you. Like, I mean, even as a footballer, he was just bang.
Oh, no, he was a
average.
good player, to be honest.
I mean, to be honest, it's like for someone who's saying that Johnny Evans is an English legend. I can understand why you don't respect
But-
Zidane.
Isn't it factual though? John Evans is a Premier League legend.
I mean,
is that like
but I mean,
Hall of
I
Fame?
can see that though.
Hall
but
of Fame?
No, I understand that. I don't understand why anybody would call Zidane.
No, honestly, even
legend.
Ten Hag was a midfielder as well. You know, I think his career in comparison to Zidane is very underrated.
I mean, they
Yeah,
look,
of course.
First of all, he had hair,
I mean, yeah.
unlike Zidane.
I mean, honestly, I mean, what has Zidane achieved? Think about as a player.
Everything,
No.
but not have hair.
No, but I mean, even as a manager, like how many Champions League did he
Oh,
win?
no, only
Was
three.
it 3?
Yeah, and he was carried by Casemiro.
Yeah, of course. Zidane.
how many
in
times-
fact, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Zidane is the next Ten Hag. Zinedine Zidane.
Facts.
Don't get him. Like nope. Mm-mm. No.
you can't gaslight me to think.
Get Ruben.
You can't gaslight me to think Zidane is a good coach. He's not. I think.
Also, he's not even a good manager. Now he's not even a good coach.
I don't think he is. I think he got lucky with the
All
Champions
right,
League.
but the point stands though, because like, what do you guys want? You guys someone young? You know, you guys want someone young, fresh with new ideas.
You can get Jack Wilshere.
Oh, by the way, yeah, he's currently on the move. But since you guys are good at hijacking deals, like Malacia's, you could hijack this one. Come on. I heard he was going Norwich.
Yeah, actually, he's gone.
Eric Ten Hag could come in as like a proxy negotiator for you guys just before he leaves.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, I don't want this to feel like a United hate fest because it isn't.
it is a fucking hate fest. I thought I was gonna come here and celebrate.
No, you should.
Potential of having a good manager.
No, and you should. Listen, and I say this genuinely, right? I do not want to see a weak Manchester United. Because the thing about it is, I don't want to see the Premier League become the Bundesliga, where it's 10 Man City victories or 9 out of 10 it's Man City. You know, like Bayern not winning the Bundesliga is like Christmas not falling in December.
You know what?
Like,
I agree. I think the only team that can stop Man City is Man United. And I agree. I see what you guys are coming from. I see where you guys are coming from, and you need us to help you stop Man City because in the Premier League era, we've had 2 dominations: Man United and Man City.
Listen.
So no, let me finish fast.
Chelsea's
No,
and Arsenal's.
domination. I'm talking about domination. It's Man United for the first 20 years, and then for the last 15 years, to be honest, it has been Man City.
Chelsea.
So I get why you guys need us to come in and help you because you have failed horribly, both of you guys. You've worked so hard. You've bottled once.
3 times.
No, just twice.
Leicester City.
No, you didn't bottle. You were never there.
We were there.
And then when Liverpool did whole transformation, they just won once.
But the difference is...
I get it.
The difference
reason why we're here, we want to
difference
save the
is-
Premier League, and you know
the
what?
difference is...
Challenge accepted.
The difference is...
We didn't know you need us. Thank
the
you.
difference is, during the dominance of Manchester United, there were teams that could still take points
No, there
off
wasn't.
of Manchester United.
It was easy for us.
It was never easy for you guys.
13 for one manager. 13. Come on.
No, it wasn't easy for you guys. You guys were just the dominant team
I mean,
at the time.
us,
You ever
us
won
and
4 in a row?
us and Wenger tried
Hey, you ever won 4 in a row?
3 in a row.
Have you ever won 4 in a row?
No,
Have you guys ever won by 100 points?
No.
Or plus?
No, we haven't.
Then let's not talk about dominance.
no,
with cities.
no. I'm talking about the fast. We've both dominated our eras. Don't try and
City's
I'm not
domination
Man
is
City.
unreal.
Wait, Man City and Man
Because
United.
City's dominance comes against Chelsea's billionaire owners, Arsenal, Liverpool.
and Ten Hag.
So
and
he is.
Ten Hag.
So you're trying to.
Who said
He's
eras come to
countering
an
what
end?
you're saying. He's disagreeing with what you're saying.
Yes, I
So
am.
see, will you guys agree first? Who's like?
No. He's saying that you guys dominated. I'm saying Man City dominated in a much more competitive era.
But he disagreed. He said we could drop points because
Yeah,
it was a harder
exactly.
game.
No, because you guys were weaker.
Yeah.
Trust me,
I-
bro. One of your best
what
players
I'm-
was Gary Neville.
Phew.
Oh, if anything, by the way, just to cement everything, we've had 2 Ballon d'Ors in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm. Man City have one.
Yeah, and then Man United. Like,
Don't get
I
me started
get
with the
it.
Ballon
I
d'Ors.
get it. Like for the last.
Wait, 2 Ballon d'Ors. Who and who?
Okay, I think also Owen, but
Owen was
It
Liverpool.
was Liverpool.
yeah.
So 2 is Nani.
No, it's in Rodri and Ronaldo.
Oh, okay.
Did Ronaldo win when he was at United?
Yeah, he won.
He won it.
Ballon d'Or,
United. Yeah.
Okay.
It was that one season.
You
right?
can't not forget.
The free kick,
Okay.
Portsmouth. Come on.
All right.
Yeah.
So I get it. We need you, like, you know what?
No, we need-
and
we
I'll be
need-
very honest with you. If Man United don't get the shit together, the Premier League is actually going to be a farmers' league.
No, it is. I completely agree
Agreed.
with this. I know he's shocked. He
Because
was shocked there.
No,
I
I-
agree with you because the fact of the matter is, like, we are talking about the club that has access to the biggest I mean, outside of Man City, obviously, but the biggest, it's still the biggest club in the UK.
In the world. Only
the UK.
Madrid.
No, it is the biggest club in the UK.
It is the biggest club in the UK. Like, in terms of numbers, it is. There's no denying it. So that's why we were trying to say, like, end of the day, it's like you having your big brother, right?
Yeah.
You get into a fight at school. You're here, and you go to get your big brother, and your big brother goes to the bully, and he's just like swinging like he ain't got no sense. We
But
need
see,
big
the thing
brother
is-
to
but
stand up.
You guys fought us. You guys
Sober up now.
were so against us. So we're like, you know
We're
what?
not, though.
We're gonna
No, we're
let me finish. We stepped back. You know
didn't
what?
step back, you were falling back, my guy.
we let our small
lost
brother,
balance.
we let our small inferior brother dominate you, so that we can show you it's a Manchester thing.
This
The
sound
Premier
like-
League has been like 75%.
City United makes sense.
75% of the Premier League has been won by a Manchester club. That's insane.
Okay.
That's crazy. So now we have shown you, and now it's funny because we gave a team that has no history, a team that is plastic, try and dominate you, and that is you guys are waffling here, crying. Trust the process. There's no process. Pastor Evra today said watching Arsenal is like a Netflix. You just keep waiting for the next season. Yeah,
Oh, that's original.
that's so original.
Listen, end of the day, right? Look at it.
it original?
I mean,
I look at it this way,
Netflix
right?
originals.
the
Yeah,
Netflix.
they- yeah.
Okay,
No, but like I look at it this way, right? And even as an Arsenal fan, right? Yes, I want to win the Premier League badly.
But you can't win without me being there.
Wait.
That's my point.
Wait.
Help me, help you.
Wait. I want to win the Premier League, right? Without a doubt, right? Without a doubt. I
If
just wanna
last
win,
season,
right?
if last season we were any good, trust me, we would beat Man City home and away, and you guys would win the Premier League.
Even that.
beat us as well.
No. We be like,
Right.
small bro, go
I'm
ahead.
making is the point I'm making is that Manchester United are so far away from winning the Premier League, and they're literally so far away from winning the Premier League. And unless they address those key issues, I can still be happy as an Arsenal fan.
being number 2. We
Even-
get that,
even-
bro.
no,
I
no,
get
no.
that.
And
You're a
can I
small
finish?
club.
Pipe down, man.
It's not wild card. Pipe down.
Okay.
We don't talk over each other here.
Yeah. Rules.
Right.
Sorry.
So, like, what I'm saying is, end of the day, right? I can still see the progress. I can still be happy as an Arsenal fan. Like, I'm happy as I watch my club. I'm happy. We don't win.
Look at the camera.
I'm happy.
Just say in the camera that you're happy being number 2.
I didn't say that. I said I'm happy to see the progress of my club. And one day I would like to see my club win the Premier League. I've said it.
But if you don't win the
But
Premier League,
the
you'll
point
still be
I'm trying
happy.
to say-
This isn't about Arsenal.
The point
right
I'm
now,
trying to
though.
say is that Manchester United is this, right? You guys have sunk to a level that Arsenal with no money never fell as far as you guys.
We've never finished.
And that's a fact.
No, that's not facts.
How's it not a fact?
We
What's
finished
the lowest Arsenal ever finished?
8th.
8th.
Okay.
2 seasons in a row.
But they're currently 14th.
Wait. No, we're currently 14th, but at some point when you're in your banter era, you were 20th. Sitting
like
here,
after match
day
you
three.
sat me.
Yeah,
you sat.
exactly.
Wait,
That's match day 3.
Wait.
These guys are on match day 10 and they're 14th.
You sat here.
And you know who they're playing next? Chelsea.
They're
gonna be
Easy
lower
win.
than
You know,
14.
by the way,
Easy win.
let me
by
tell
the
you,
way. Usinka Sirishe-
honestly, the way how Manchester United set up, the way how Manchester United is set up, I can actually see them beating Chelsea this weekend.
Don't you take the
Nah,
piss.
come on.
Seriously.
No,
Wait,
no.
you just said yes.
We're
No,
beating-
seriously.
we're beating
You said
Chelsea.
you're beating Chelsea.
Yeah, we are.
No, I agree.
Then why are you disagreeing with
No,
him?
I agree.
I'm not disagreeing with
And
you.
let me tell you why.
You actually know ball.
You know when people say the
like
most,
we've never had an Arsenal fan here who actually has won.
I-
Has watched his team win.
I can see that United beating Chelsea this weekend.
And you know why you think that way?
Why?
Because you're knowledgeable. You have information in your head
Alright,
that
alright.
this guy doesn't have.
Off your knees.
Let me
my guy.
wait. No,
Get
let
off
me
your
finish.
Yo,
Let-
get
let-
this man a tissue, bro.
Let him. let
Yo,
Gee.
check your chin, bro. Check your chin.
no, badai when we finish rolling.
It's gonna dry up.
Nah.
Go, my God.
The reason why you're saying that is because there is some things in your head. You have seen your team win the Premier League. You have seen your team succeed and be mediocre, and then now almost succeeding.
No.
This
no.
guy has never. Well, let me finish. Let me finish. We're not. This is a wild card. This is a wild card. This is no wild card. We will let people finish before
Okay, go on.
before us getting on our knees. What I'm saying is, you have gone to the stadium, to the Emirates Stadium. You have watched your team play. You know how it feels,
I
right? So this knowledge is coming from somewhere. You're not just saying things from watching things on the TV.
Okay, I'll take that.
I have finished.
Cool.
Now
And
you
I'll
can
say
speak.
to you, I'll say to you this, right? The reason I can see Manchester United beating Chelsea or getting a result at Chelsea or not losing at Chelsea is because it would be the most Manchester United thing to do. As in, it's just how your team
Exactly.
is set up.
Winning. I get that.
No.
Listen, I get you. Like, well, you're spitting today. You are cooking.
Hella. Too bad you're doing it on his face. But, you know, like, and he's taking it. But you know what I mean?
No,
At the end of the day.
you know, like you say, a Spursy thing to do.
Yeah, it is.
It's a United.
It is.
Listen. Take it like United to get a result from Chelsea this weekend. Take that to the bank.
By the way, Saddam, getting a result also means like a draw.
A draw. Not losing.
Not losing. That's a result.
I'm willing to bet United will not lose this weekend.
All right, fair enough. Before we get there, who should they sign as their new manager? I'm not going to ask Saddam because he thought Erik Ten Hag was a good signing. Let us know in the comment section below.
That's for the
I'd love to hear that. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know about this question. Who do you guys want or do you think would be a good fit to sign as the new manager of Manchester United?
Before you answer, G, I want an honest answer.
No, of course.
I want an honest to God. Do you have a Bible here? I want you to give me an honest answer. So,
About the manager.
wait, let me answer.
Okay,
let me
sorry.
ask you a question first.
Let me answer.
When we signed Ten Hag, what did you think?
I said it here.
Tell me.
He's not a big enough manager. Who is he?
Bro,
We said it here.
It was literally
We said it here.
I asked him.
No, we actually said it. I said it here. I was here.
I don't know if you remember, but every single time, a lot of the times we have the first ever episode of the season, we usually have G Money here, and we ask.
Said it
We
here.
asked about Erik
Did
Ten
you
Hag.
mean it? No, I'm serious.
Fair play.
Wow.
Fair play.
No, I'm serious. Like.
Or was it just
where-
bands?
No,
Where did that come from? Like,
Let-
I
I'm
What's
want,
your heart right now?
I can
and
tell
I
you
want you
exactly
to
where it came
just like
from.
tell me what you
It came
saw
from.
then.
Listen, the reason why I said end of the day, I'd seen United go through Louis van Gaal, Mourinho, big managers.
You
right?
even watched before pre-Fergie.
No, forget Fergie.
I mean,
I'm
you have a
talk-
lot of information.
I'm talking about
Use it.
the transition period, right? Van Gaal, Mourinho, who are two big managers, right? Yeah, you agree? Two big managers, right?
Failed.
Whatever. And then you had Ole Gunnar, whose claim to fame was sticking out a leg in a Champions League final in '97. Like sticking out a leg, that's it, right? in a Champions League.
That's not right. Anyways,
Right? But the thing about it is, when Ten Hag came, United have needed that particular big manager from Mourinho left. Like, we shouldn't have had gone through Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ten Hag. We didn't need to.
Yo.
And the reason why I knew then that Ten Hag wasn't a big enough manager, at that point when he was appointed, I couldn't even pronounce Eredivisie or wherever it's called, the league he came from. Was that pronounce it?
Wi-Fi password.
Was it called?
Eredivisie.
That one.
That one.
I couldn't even, I can pronounce Bundesliga, Ligue 1, La Liga,
Yeah.
Serie A. Say it again.
Eredivisie.
So then, you know when I knew it was
we're
bad?
We're being racist,
No,
by the way. This
then
is
I
what-
knew it was bad when people were like, but he's wonder.
Eredivisie.
And I'm like,
Titles.
when since has somebody winning the...
Eredivisie. Bro,
When did
I only have so many of these in me, bro. I can't even say that fast. Eredivisie.
When did that become a thing?
How do you say
Like,
it?
bro, when did it, honestly,
Okay.
I've
when-
always just said Dutch league to get away from.
but when did that, like guys were out here like, he's won the, you must have won more.
Eredivisie.
Say it once more.
Eredivisie.
That one. He was like, guys are like, he's won that one.
Eredivisie.
And I was like, what?
What is that?
What is that?
that
You know
is-
there's a Scottish league that Brendan Rodgers has won.
Yeah.
that Fergie won.
That the Spurs guy.
Ange.
Ange.
He's won it, right? With Celtic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So there's a Scottish league, right, that we don't care about. But you went all the way to?
Eredivisie.
But it's ranked higher than Scottish League.
Deutschland.
Wait, but it's ranked higher. What are we talking about?
It's ranked
The
higher
point
than
I'm trying to make is that even when he came in, he was not He's not. It's not like he's coming in from winning La Liga.
No,
or winning,
he's fine. You can say.
By the way, when you say you won it, you celebrated that. You know how literal that is. You know how literally they celebrated that. He celebrated the fact that they won the league because he watched that game.
Mm-hmm.
Other United fans did.
Right.
And the Manchester United social media admin also did.
Wow.
And went into Canva and did a whole post. Congratulations on your...
that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that's how
answer the question so we can move on. Who do you...
Do you know what?
I don't know why you're asking him, but like, okay, fine.
Well, because you said he has a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
And he's been to a game.
I'm going to be very...
Fuck.
I'm going to be honest, bro. I'm going to be very, very honest. I don't know. I really don't know. There's no one that stands...
But you're ready to say whoever we sign is not good enough.
No, I didn't say. I said United need to get... I don't know. Like, in terms of availability of, like, a manager, I think this guy from, is it Sporting, is another Ten Hag. He's competent where he is.
He's not Ten Hag. He's
competent where he is.
He learned from Mourinho. He actually learned things from Mourinho.
Oh, now Mourinho's cool. You told me he was failing a minute ago.
No, but like he didn't work for
I
him.
call him a failure.
You know what?
It didn't work.
I'm
like
gonna put
about 5 minutes ago.
It didn't work. There's a difference.
I'm not gonna say. You know, guys are talking about this Nagelsmann and all these guys. I don't know them that much. I genuinely don't know where the next United manager comes from.
So when it comes to the options, I don't know them that well, right? But you get the feeling with some of them that they could fit in the demands that they would have to apply. So first of all, I don't believe that they need to sign anyone who has a track record.
Right.
I don't think it's just because you've won trophies somewhere else, that means you're going to be suitable, because we've seen that doesn't work, right? Even at United. What I do believe they need to sign is someone who will stick to his guns, principles, right? And communicate them clearly
To the players
to
and
the
club.
players. And it will be a no-nonsense area. Like, no nonsense. Absolutely no nonsense. When it comes to discipline, when it comes to training, when it comes to how they treat one another. Because that's what happened at Arsenal. That's what happened with Arteta.
True.
People keep saying Arteta.
How's my mind getting on the Bayern
Who?
company?
Oh, no, I mean, come on. They just lost 4-1 to
Okay. I'm just asking.
Barcelona. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But
But
good coaching principles, right? But honestly, I saw some really funny tweet at the... what was it? Oh, yeah, look. This is like his team talk is about his journey through, coming out of Congo or something like that. That's what he uses a lot of. Him being a previous refugee or something like that.
some
When really it should be about principles. It shouldn't be about where you come from or what you've done. It should be about what you are now.
But also, this Barcelona team is looking...
No, it is.
the team is very good. I think Hans Flick
Sick.
is a very good manager, and I think being beaten by him 4-1 is not too embarrassing.
Yeah, because then you could lose 4-0 and you're Ancelotti. You know
No,
what I mean? Like,
but
they
have
lost
you guys
4-0.
discussed
Yeah.
on the previous episode before?
Sorry?
That Barcelona, they took apart Real Madrid, man.
Yeah.
They they looked they could have played another 90 minutes at the end of the game.
And it's a bunch of kids. That's ridiculous.
Crazy.
A lot of people were criticizing the rehiring of Joan Laporta. But, I mean, can you really fault him? The guy has been fantastic.
I think he's just lucky he got Hansi Flick.
Do you think so?
I think it's
Because
Hansi.
I feel like
it's
he's
Hansi
come
Flick,
in.
bro.
Remember, he came in what 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, and he's rejigged the. I mean, of course, with other people's help, but he rejigged the academy, and now every time, bro, these guys keep chucking more academy players.
That
than
El Clasico was so one-sided. It was wild.
But, well, apart from the first half, but
The first 20 minutes.
first 20 minutes. Oh, don't say that. You'll give Saddam PTSD, man. He's too used to that. Erik Ten Hag, first 20 minutes.
20 minutes on
Fantastic,
fire.
bro.
So I'm interested to hear your answer though about the United manager.
Yeah, so for me, honestly, I can't look past Zidane.
Really?
Genuinely can't look past Zidane. I feel like he has the international quality to play, for European football. That's something they need. Like, you guys badly need a win now. And I also feel like he has the personality. I mean, first of all, he demands respect everywhere he goes.
Apart from Saddam.
Apart from Saddam. I dare you, though, if Zidane was here right now, it'd be a bit different. But I feel like he has that personality because of what he did as a footballer.
Right.
Look at the way OGS got that respect because he was a United legend.
Stuck a
Ruud
foot
van
out.
Nistelrooy, I mean, saved him for 3 years, right? Ruud van Nistelrooy right now, he's getting that love as well as a United legend. When someone sees Zidane is coming in, and then not only did he do everything that he did as a player, but then he went and kind of replicated that as a manager. I mean, and you can't really even call him a cup competition.
Yeah, but I don't.
He won La Liga. He won the La Liga Copa del Rey double as well.
I think, like honestly, if I'm a Manchester United player and Zidane comes in, fam, I'm telling my agent to find me another club.
Why?
Because I honestly don't think that like 80% of those guys will be, they're gone.
No, and that's fine, and that's absolute because
It's necessary.
Think about it. Think about our change. You've seen all those black and white pictures and then the before and afters of Arsenal's squad.
Change.
It changed.
There's a very good chance so many players will be phased out because, well, they fit a certain profile. But I think the new manager, like Kuja, will always give everyone a fair chance. And then from there, he has to, like, obviously filter out. I think Anthony, again, he has to, like, fuck off, like, today.
Like, I feel that, like, United just, they need that firm hand. I feel like they just need that presence. And Zidane's a good call, but I don't know if it's interested in...
That's the thing. That's another thing.
That job.
It's not even realistic because it's been rumored to be available for such a long time. Think about...
Can he speak English?
Does it matter?
You just said, language barrier. What the fuck are you talking about?
He speaks English on FIFA 20.
You just said...
Yeah, he did. Actually, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Look, I'll tell you what. He won't say "huh" every single every other 3 words. You know what I mean? I'll tell you that. Like he'll be fine. But regardless, like I just think you need someone with proper footballing principles, not just for what happens on the pitch, but also what happens off the pitch. Think about how strong he seemed to be with Ronaldo and Sancho and Varane and Casemiro. But then he seemed a lot softer with Rashford. You just need consistency, man.
No, I agree.
Ruben Amorim, I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about... actually, should we just pray right now?
Yeah, let's pray.
Then we come to finish with the Arsenal-Liverpool game. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so anyway, those are my thoughts. I think it should be Zidane. So.
Yeah, I'm looking at Sky Sports 10 minutes ago. Breaking, Sporting CP have informed Portuguese Stock Exchange that Manchester United are prepared to pay Ruben Amorim's release clause, which I think is 10 million, if I'm not wrong. 10 million euros.
So it's probably not going to be Zidane.
So
no.
Definitely not going to be Zidane, which I'm actually grateful because I don't think he's a good manager. I think Amorim is better. And Amorim
Zidane is not better than Amorim.
And we've tried a bold man and it hasn't worked. So let's go with a guy with
with black hair,
with more hair.
like
it
Arteta.
worked for Arsenal. I mean,
hair and a beard.
I mean, we're desperate. At this
So it
point,
looks like Sporting's manager is the guy.
That is what they have decided to choose. And you know what? I have trust in our new board.
Right.
Because it's an old board that bought Anthony and Ten Hag, the worst duo to ever exist. I think they're going to sign him. You know that?
You know Anthony is going to shine at his next club. It's just the way the football set up.
Ten Hag will shine at his
He's
next
going to Brazil. 100%. He's not playing in Europe.
Okay.
There's no way.
All right.
He's using one foot.
Guys, you guys didn't bring me here to discuss top 14 teams, man.
No.
Can we discuss like at least top 3?
Is there a thing like top 14?
I don't even know. It's the top of the second half of the...
Can we talk about how lucky you guys were over the weekend?
Let's talk about Arsenal-Liverpool now, shall we, guys?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, G. Let's. You're the guest here today, so let's have you start.
I think what I took away from that game is, even without our top squad, we should have won that game. Yeah. Like, even without our top players, we should have won that game. And I took away from that squad, I mean, no disrespect to Liverpool fans, what that showed me that game was, Liverpool are not contenders.
But talk to me about your manager when it comes to having balls. Because I feel like that was his peak.
Yeah, I wouldn't peak there.
I know he had surgery, but I'm not quite sure the extent of
that's peak Arsenal Arteta mentality. I think he
was
scared. I think he was scared.
In what sense?
I can't wait.
I disagree.
I think he was scared. I think you guys had an opportunity to win that game. At least 3
more.
3 or 4.
Listen,
Like if you didn't fall back immediately after going ahead.
Listen, clinical finishes, clinical. You know, like yes, we could have won that game. We should have won that game. Marino had a goal that he should have scored. That if Saka was getting that ball where Marino got that ball, that would have been in the back of the net. Kai had a chance that was screaming to be taken. We had opportunities. We should have won that game. So I don't see what the debate is.
No, the first half you played well. Obviously,
Very well.
Played really well. But I feel like the moment you got ahead, second half, you guys shut shop. It was park the bus, try and get them on the counter.
I disagree. I feel like I feel a turning point was when Gabriel went off, because if you watch the game, that's when Slot made his changes, and they were just pressuring down the side of Skelly.
Zero confidence in
Lewis
anyone
Kelly
else.
and Kiwior.
Yeah. Zero confidence in anyone but those two guys. Because I feel like West Gabriel, when he was there, yes, there was a little bit of confidence. But like the moment Gabriel went off, I think your back line moved significantly back. I think you're playing way more deep after.
Do you know why?
But look,
Because you're scared.
No, do you know why?
You're scared.
No, do you know why? Gee, like think about it. The moment we moved up to try and create a chance, right? What happened? We got countered, and they scored a goal. Because at that point, our defense was stretched thin. Not in terms of like stretched in terms of playing, but in terms of personnel.
Personnel, of course.
Think about it. You have
Partey,
your first choice right back playing at centre back. He had a position he hasn't played since 2021. You have your first choice DM playing at right back. You have your second choice left back, Timber, playing at left back, coming back from an injury.
Come back from an injury.
So he's not even fully fit. And then you have
Kiwior.
Gabriel coming off, and now essentially your fourth choice centre back coming on. What happened, in my opinion, what happened was once Gabriel was off, we stopped pressing as high, which meant Liverpool could keep sending their long balls to try and get at us. I'm with G Money on this because it's like a double-sided coin, a two-sided coin, double-edged sword, right? Yes, I'm very frustrated at the fact that we didn't win the game because I felt like I agree, they were there for the taking. But at the same time, this performance showed me what this Arsenal team is made of. Because I feel like if we're being very, very honest football fans, a very honest football fan as a Liverpool fan would be very frustrated
that they didn't win the game.
Because they didn't maximize their chances. And they didn't perform as well as they could have. And they didn't dominate us. They didn't open us up.
To be honest, a full squad Arsenal
destroys Liverpool. In my
opinion. I disagree.
Hold on. I'm just gonna finish my point. That was a good segue because that Liverpool side was pretty much full strength. There's not much that could have, apart from Alisson. There's not much else they could add. And Jota, there's not much else they can add to that team that changes.
And they used to not have Jota anyway.
Yeah, I mean they are. They didn't carve us open. They didn't create chance after chance. It didn't feel like I was playing a title rival, honestly. The occasion was, but the performance wasn't like I was playing a Man City. You know what I mean? It felt like I was playing someone who's going to be up thereabouts, like an Aston Villa, Tottenham, Chelsea, maybe, but not the main guys.
And also, to be honest, if you look at the opening fixtures of the Premier League, Arsenal to be where they are in the league now, if you look, I'm happy the fact that, bro, we've played City, we've played Liverpool, we've played Spurs, we've played Aston Villa, right? We've played City at the Etihad, we've played Spurs at their ground, we've played Aston Villa at their ground. Our opening sequence has been actually crazy.
No, it's been mad. To add on to that, we're unbeaten against. We're unbeaten in 14 of our last fixtures against the Big Six.
Big Six, yeah.
So unbeaten against Chelsea, unbeaten against Liverpool, City, Tottenham, United.
Yeah.
Last 14 games.
Yeah.
So that spans across almost 2 seasons now. My thing is, things are falling into place exactly how they're meant to, even if we're not getting a bit lucky with the injuries or maybe some refereeing decisions, right? Because I think, for example, Van Dijk could have easily been sent off for that double kick on Havertz.
Mm-hmm.
I think another referee gives a penalty for that challenge on by Konate on Gabriel Martinelli.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not getting some lucky breaks, even in terms of the injuries. Like, I think with Gabriel on, no other change is made. Even if Timber comes off with his cramps, right? Gabriel stays on. We win that game 2-1, at the very least. We played them with a half-fit Saka, a half-fit Timber, right? Thomas Partey at right back, who, by the way, had a monstrous game.
Yeah.
Right?
Kept Diaz quiet.
Absolutely. And you know, like, I was actually being called out for it because people were asking for, like, what's my preferred lineup. I said Thomas Partey at right back so that it was my only way of making sure Kiwior doesn't play.
Right.
They were like, nah, Thomas Partey versus Luis Diaz. Thomas Partey has one of the best tackling rates as a midfielder.
Facts.
In the league right now. So you put him 1v1, and he did that.
And he's gangly.
Did you see? Yeah, he is gangly. Did you see, like, the first challenge on Luis Diaz?
Yes.
The first challenge was let him know you're there.
Yeah.
This is how it's
typical
gonna go.
African.
Yeah. Proper KPL, isn't it?
Yeah.
And think about Timber, for example. I always said Timber will be amazing for us in the big games against a Savinho or a Salah because he will lock shit down. This guy sacrificed himself. He didn't really do much with the ball going forward. His job was one thing. He did a Ander Herrera on Eden Hazard kind of thing. Marked the shit out of Salah.
Yeah.
The moment we had those injuries, those breaks didn't work out for us. That's what happened. But to be 4 points off Liverpool right now and 1 point off and 5 points off City after the games and runs
and the run up with the sequence, I'm not mad.
I'm not mad at it at all.
And this is not me being biased. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, like, if you look at the start of the season, we're what, 10 games in?
You played so many hard games.
We've played a lot of hard games.
This is the thing, right? When you guys are saying that Liverpool should have taken advantage, or, you know, we had on paper, you look like you have so many players away, and, you know, half fit some other ones. I genuinely think that Arsenal is more of a system than individuals, and that's how you've been playing for the last 2 years, 3 years.
Absolutely.
Like when Kiwi was playing left back last season,
he was okay.
He was fantastic. He was really well. Why? Because you guys have a system. So I think
Arteta.
I think Arteta needs to have more faith in that system to the point whereby I don't think you should have dropped back when Gabriel was away.
But to be fair to Arteta, I kept seeing him on the touchline. He kept telling guys to move up, go higher up the press. But it just felt like the players themselves didn't believe that they could do that with that back line.
Right,
Skelly, Kiwior, Ben White.
So it was more.
Thomas
It was
Partey.
more of like lack of confidence from the players as opposed to Arteta.
Yes.
Maybe we can say that. But then again, also, when you're playing Arsenal, you're not playing against the players. You're playing against the system. And I think nothing much would have changed if it was Ben White right back, as opposed to Partey. I don't think there would be that much difference if, for example, even Odegaard was there, because a lot of things.
It's not about the effect, the direct effect. It's about the the ripple effect. Because if Ben White plays right back, that definitely means Thomas Partey goes into midfield. Then Thomas Partey helps us dictate the flow
his
of
range
the game.
of
Range of passing, his balls in between the lines means we would have dominated Gravenberch, McAllister, and Curtis Jones even more. Which means we would have had more possession.
Which also means, if you see, the thing is, if last season Kiwior played really well left back, why sacrifice Partey as opposed to playing Kiwior right back?
Because he had a stinker when he came on the week before.
But the thing is, no,
you don't want to reward that kind of stinker. Think about it. Also, the run of games. You know, he came into the team last season when we were going on a run, when we had hit our third, fourth gear.
Yeah.
Right now, we're definitely in second gear.
Facts.
It's still the system. I don't think
he played against Liverpool. He played, by the way, against Liverpool last season when we beat them 3-1. But it was also when Mo Salah missed that game,
right,
because of AFCON.
Right.
So he had some things working for him, right, in his favor, like the system that you're saying. But with the way Liverpool play, I'd have more questions about Liverpool than about Arsenal. You see, a lot of
And-
people paint it as just say it.
And I'm saying,
I'll say
and
mine.
this is not to disrespect Liverpool.
No.
Like, this is not saying that you guys.
But you guys are playing at home.
No. This is not to disrespect Liverpool, but for me, for what I saw was, I didn't see a better team. As in, I didn't see like these guys.
Exactly.
This is the league leaders coming to. No.
Today I was listening to Keown and Simon Jordan and Jim White, right? And they were talking about the measure of Arsenal against this Liverpool side, because Liverpool have been top of the table for so long now. It felt like, let's see where Arsenal are supposed to be versus this Liverpool side. I'm like, why would you focus on the table this early in the season and decide Liverpool are the main title contenders? For me, that game against Liverpool was to see how close Liverpool are to us, because we're the ones who've raised the standard with Man City.
And yeah,
Now, it's about them matching up to us.
and this Liverpool team doesn't beat Man City.
It does not. It doesn't beat Arsenal. Like, it beats Chelsea. Heck, it doesn't even beat Nottingham Forest, which is 5th, by the way, right now.
So wait, so you're saying Liverpool got a point at the Emirates, and you guys are saying
They
they're
should
shit.
be happy.
They should be happy with it.
They should be happy. And that's what it was, by the way. Don't get me wrong. Where I watched the game, by the way, I was invited by Nyash from Football Digest to watch the game at District Sports Bar, District 6 at Hyatt Regency. And there were a lot of Liverpool fans. More Liverpool fans than Arsenal fans. I was there with Kerry Martin. And they, at full time, they were like, happy with
Celebrate.
that point.
I saw that.
They were
on
happy with
19.
that
You,
point.
getting a point
Online,
at Emirates, you should celebrate, no?
But then there was a Liverpool
what?
fan. There's a Liverpool fan I'm listening to. Fantastic Liverpool fan, but very unbiased. He was like, okay, objectively, this might look like a good point in the future. But right now, in this state that Arsenal team is in,
We should have won.
we should have been trying to win.
Because
He said, and these are his words, he was like, all we did was play long balls. Luis Diaz only beat Partey once. And then at that point, he ran into the feet of David Raya. They didn't really create one clear-cut opportunity in the whole of that second half with all that possession. They were very sideways. Someone like a half-fit Saka comes, barely passes his medical test, comes in and destroys Andy Robertson.
Crazy.
You know,
Yeah, he has been
guys
lost for a
like
while.
Gravenberch, who've been so well, they've been in good form, didn't show any of that against an actually functional midfield.
Yeah.
Declan Rice dominated Gravenberch.
Not dominate. Dominate is a big word. No.
Declan Rice was full of recoveries, interceptions, blocks. He was winning duels everywhere, bro. He was incredible. Merino, yes, he had a quieter game, but he had a much better performance in this game than he did against Bournemouth.
And also,
so on and so
I
forth.
think Marino is another player who give him a couple more games.
I think give him Odegaard. Give him someone as creative as Odegaard in that Rice Odegaard midfield, or Partey Odegaard midfield.
But you would sacrifice
He'll be
Partey
fine.
for Merino?
It's sacrificing Rice for Partey, because we wouldn't need Partey. Although right now it's
Really?
difficult. It's right now you can't bench Partey.
Oh my
He's in the
God.
form of his life.
Yeah.
Contract year is real, guys.
Partey
Contract year is so fucking
Partey
bad.
has things Rice doesn't have,
Yes, absolutely.
which is
yes.
actually getting the ball to the other end of the pitch.
Absolutely
Facts.
does. But then what Rice gives us is what we can supplement with Odegaard and Merino. So, like, what Merino will hopefully give us is
Nah.
what Merino will hopefully
That's
give us is what
crazy.
Xhaka gave us on that left hand side.
Right.
So
But then again, you haven't still. Who's gonna do what Partey does? Getting those passes in between the lines. Who?
that's the thing. We wouldn't need him to, because then we'll have Merino and Rice sitting in the way they did against Liverpool. That was
The
the
moment
second
you
best
lose him,
team, essentially.
the moment you lose him, you'll come back here and start crying.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind eating humble pie when it comes to Partey. I'm not saying he should get benched, but I'm
Have an
pretty
option. Have an option.
Now we have the options. You see, the good thing is, even if we had an injury crisis at right back, left back, and centre back, or the red card or whatever, Arteta's finding ways to supplement our midfield with our main midfielders. Like, imagine last season. Remember last season, actually, we put Thomas at right back, right? And we didn't really have a solution for the Kai Havertz pair with Declan Rice.
Right.
It didn't really work. So we cried for Partey to come back into the team.
Right.
But now, nobody's saying, Merino is not really working. What are we going to do? Now it's like, what the hell are we going to do with Partey?
But that's just
Because
one.
when Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and all come back, now it's like figuring out how are we going to rejig this midfield once we have our captain back.
And then also, I think also Mourinho gives us the ability to change the game in-game.
Yeah.
In-game management, like
Absolutely.
just change the system completely.
Absolutely.
You know.
I
don't think he has that much for you to be. Now, I think there's nothing much I've seen in Mourinho for.
What I'm happy with is a lot of the times you're getting this communication from the club of what you expect of a player. You're seeing it.
Yeah.
You're seeing it live. Arteta said Jurrien Timber is going to be this dynamic utility player that can play at any position. And he comes in literally right back. He can do a job. Right back, for example, against Leicester, he created the most chances a fullback had ever created ever since Trent Alexander-Arnold back in 2019.
Wild.
So Trent created eight chances in that game in 2019. That's the first time a fullback has replicated that. Jurrien Timber did that at right back. And then he comes in and against Salah locks him off.
By the way, you see how his brother's been playing?
Bro, his brother, the midfielder / forward.
Is his name his name's
Quinton. He's also balling out.
Yeah, he wants to come to Arsenal.
Would you mind?
He wants to come. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. And then, think about Merino coming in the way he did. When you talk about how, obviously Kai Havertz, there was a bit of a dilemma there with him, right? But now we know exactly what we need to do with him, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, there's this utility of
But you know what though?
We're like a chameleon.
The only thing I will say, and I'll say this, and I'm sure that like much to the Arsenal, we still need a striker, man. We still need a
I was telling these guys last week, especially after Bournemouth, Arsenal at that point last week had missed 20 of the 29 big chances they've created this season.
Crazy.
And you see, unlike United, these chances aren't falling to like midfielders and defenders. No, they're falling to their best attacking players.
Yeah.
Martinelli, Kai Havertz, Trossard.
What's your vibe on Martinelli?
Chances.
Nothing has happened. This is who he is. Let's be realistic. Let's not
sugarcoat. This is the one where like I can hold my hands up and say, y'all told me so. If we were to elevate, like push the needle with the front line with any addition, like for example, if we'd gotten Nico Williams from Atletico Bilbao, the one who was supposed to go Barca,
day and night,
like if he comes into that left hand side, I feel like we win everything, like literally win everything. Because you see, Saka has the I'm him factor.
Martinelli doesn't
have it.
Martinelli kind of doesn't. Martinelli didn't you get the feeling like Martinelli looked a bit scared of Konate?
And also,
he was
right.
He was.
Like, bro, it's 1v1. You and Konate. Yeah. Like Trent is out of the picture now.
Yeah.
Go. Konate
get at him.
Pushing him. He was doing everything to him.
I felt like Konate didn't even have to do much.
I think that. What's your vibe on Calafiori?
Oh, I love him. That guy is I'm him at left back.
Right. Because the few games he's played with Martinelli, Martinelli's looked better.
Yes.
No, but still,
I feel like the few games, actually, especially with Calafiori, Merino.
Yes.
Yeah. So Twitter tacticals are suggesting that he's gonna look better, and I agree he could. That's what I told these guys.
But good players don't.
But now, what I'm wondering is he ever gonna be the Saka of our left wing? No, I just don't.
Because it doesn't matter who plays right back for Saka. He will ball regardless, and you need someone who it doesn't matter. He will do whatever he needs to do.
With Saka, what makes him so special is how consistent he is with his actions, right? Martinelli is not consistent with his actions.
Right.
Martinelli can mess up a pass, he can mess up a shot, he can mess up a lot of things. He can mess up, especially decision making. But what Saka doesn't mess up consistently is his decision making.
Yeah, we've been waiting for Rashford to improve decision making for like 30 years.
Honestly.
So decision making does not never. You either have it or you don't.
Fair
and that's why I said to you, Rashford needs to go to West Ham.
Yeah, where his decision making will be fine. So what I will say, just to sum up like my thoughts on the Liverpool Arsenal game, I'm really not being biased, but Liverpool look like right now they still have some way to go before they prove they're actually title contenders. I just feel like they've been lucky with the draw of the fixtures, and now we're gonna see how it's gonna look. But I still, at the same time, I think Arsenal are still in second gear. We still haven't hit third, fourth, or fifth, and just like last season, we're complaining about that a little bit. The start of the season, we weren't quite there, but then we really switched it up at the right moments.
Let's see.
from January. So let's see.
But you also didn't have injuries last season compared to this season, so
True, that's a good point. So let's see if we recover. I think it'll turn. It'll turn for us though.
Alrighty.
So let us know your thoughts on the Arsenal Liverpool game.
And also on United versus the world in terms of trying to find a good manager.
Yeah, they found one now.
Yeah.
Let's see what they think. What you guys think of Ruben Amorim? By the way, I was just checking out his tactical profile. There might be some interesting fittings there with the United players. He likes a back three.
Are you guys not going to talk about how Eric and Giroud's broke in Dominican Republic? You know what I've
He's
heard?
broken.
He's broke.
his card is not working.
Apparently, he spent all of his money. Like he used his money in a
I
strip
just know it's
club.
the baddies.
Yeah, he used the money in a strip club. His card. And who uses a card? I mean, his card in a strip club.
Do you think?
Yeah,
Do you think when he comes back?
you can't throw cards apparently.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Do you think when he comes back he'll talk like you?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, that's
Wait,
one.
what's the accent of Dominican?
Same.
Spanish.
Republic.
It's Spanish.
Wait, they don't speak English like
No, they
you
speak
kinda?
Spanish.
Yeah, it's Espanol. Yeah.
Espanol. The island was called Hispaniola, so it's half Haiti, half of it's Haiti, and the other half is DR.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was hilarious talking to him. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing
In
in the
DR.
Dominican Republic?" He was like, "I went to watch the team, but then they got kicked out, or they like barely
Made it. So he
No,
stayed.
like yeah, he was gonna stay anyway.
But DR is supposed to be fired though.
Yeah,
but
no,
he's-
he was
but
like,
now he's
"Bro,
stranded."
everyone's paying."
So there's like a
He was like,
there's
"Everyone's paying."
there's a GoFundMe page to bring Eric back to Kenya.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
What? How much can we pay to keep him there? Yeah, just wondering. Anyway, is there much else to talk about? Man City
Chelsea.
won their game. Chelsea beat Newcastle.
Did you see Palmer's pass? Pre-assist.
Yeah, I've seen. That was delicious.
That was ridiculous.
I've seen Odegaard do that though, but no worries. Yeah.
Nah.
Odegaard
No,
did
He doesn't have that in his
I
locker.
feel that I've seen
it. Odegaard, Gabriel Martinelli,
Does
Brighton.
not
What are you
have
talking
that in
about?
his
He did it.
Odegaard Havertz as well.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Odegaard have it against
Yes,
Chelsea.
Yes.
No, but did you
Shut
see?
up, shut up.
Did you see where he was looking? Like, did you see the
No.
series of passes?
I
like,
feel-
he got a pass and he's looking this way. He
I've
just
worked
turned
out Cole Palmer. I've worked it out.
Huh.
So have you been seeing the stories in the UK about him this week?
him
you
being
know-
like dumb.
No, him being like black.
Oh yeah.
Like
that's been a while now.
His
Bro.
grandfather is black.
His
Yeah.
grandfather, like he's not even a little bit black.
Like-
black.
Yeah. Like proper
That
black.
makes sense. He's a
in
white boy with
behavior.
swagger.
Makes sense, yeah.
It makes sense.
To be fair though, yeah.
No, it makes sense because
It
you
does,
can't
yeah.
be that cold.
No,
That
he is.
pass, by the way, that pass.
No, he's incredible.
Techers, yeah.
He is Techers. He wasn't Techers against Liverpool, against a big team, but no worries.
Yeah, I mean sometimes he disappears. But then again, I feel like also they're too reliant on him.
They are.
I think
They're
Chelsea-
over-reliant on him. He's
like-
a bit young. It's a bit harsh.
2 goals. If he makes like he was involved in almost everything, which is ridiculous.
But it's
Yeah,
his job,
honestly.
and he does it.
Now with him, you just feel like he might even be part of the negotiating team for the January transfers for Chelsea. Honestly, it just feels like,
This is what I
marketing
want.
strategy.
This
let's
is what I want.
ask what. Let's ask.
Also, the
Cole
fact
Palmer
that
what
he
wants.
does not give a fuck.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
He the other game where Chelsea fans or players were fighting.
Yeah.
He alka to chini.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
He was like, ah.
he just fight.
You know what I think? A lot of people think that he might be dumb and he's just a very talented footballer. I think he's that much higher. Like he has that much higher intelligence.
That he looks
he
stupid.
allows people to perceive him as dumb.
I mean, he looks kind of retarded. Like also Messi looks
This
like
is how you
that.
get cancelled.
But also
Anyway.
Messi looks kind of like
On that note,
he looks kind of off though, right?
like he has autism or something.
Like he's missing something. Like he has an extra
I'm no part
DNA
of this.
or something.
That's
Nah,
it.
G Money, by the way, is our main producer. We hired him in January.
All of this is scripted.
Oh, Ballon d'Or. Fuck, I forgot. So, look, guys, honestly, I hate Ballon d'Or conversations, guys. Like, I used to switch off
Not
during Ballon
interested.
d'Or conversations during, like, the...
Do you know what?
There's no consistency.
I'm going to be honest with you when it comes to the Ballon d'Or. Whenever, like, I was trying to watch it the other night when it was on. To me, it just feels like a party for white folk. Like, it just shows you. To me, it just felt like it felt more like a fashion show than a football show. I felt the element of football was so little.
Yeah.
Growing up, we used to have the World Player of the Year, which is done by FIFA, which is now called the best,
Best.
right?
FIFA best.
Like that was the measure, and Ballon d'Or was like this. Used to be like a European.
Yeah, I remember it was a French magazine.
It was like
it's still a French magazine. Yeah.
It was like a European Player of the Year.
It's like Vogue doing something.
Yeah,
you know
that's what I
Yeah.
felt.
Yeah,
with the
it's
Ballon
No,
d'Or.
it's good example. Good. It's like Pulse. It's like Pulse Award.
Wow, hurtful.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay,
Pulse
talk about
Award.
Pulse Live.
No. It's a Pulse Award.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree
like,
with
oh
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's vote. Let's
Yeah,
go
it is
hype it
vote.
up.
Yeah.
They'll just put Saka there. Like why?
Mm.
For numbers. They want Arsenal fans to talk about it.
Mm.
The reason why, even when you notice Jana, it was all about Ballon d'Or conversation on Twitter. Every single big the clubs, they had a language. Like it was like a proper campaign to promote
Alright,
that magazine.
I feel like that's what it is,
so
an
let's say-
engagement. It's an
let's-
engagement
yeah.
storm.
Exactly.
Let's look at it though, honestly, like objectively and without taking up too much time. Rodri versus Vinny.
There's no comparison.
I think Vinny,
It's clear.
head and shoulders, to be honest.
I just think it should be about what the person does on the pitch, not about the effect he has on the team or like how important he is to a system. No, it should be about the guy who won the most trophies and has the highest ability as a footballer.
I loved watching Vinny before and pre Mbappe. I loved watching Vinny last season for Real Madrid. Like I felt like he just ate football week in, week out.
It's one of those where someone is ridiculously on form to the point where like there's no one, and that's
Undeniable.
why you should be like, this year there was no one on paper that was better than you. Like there's no one who could stop you. You won everything. That should be the conversation.
Absolutely.
Like Rodri, I don't see Man City. I'm like, oh, Rodri, nice.
Yeah, you don't like.
You don't.
Of course, you understand how important he is.
Of course.
But
But
you don't-
is he
you
though?
don't sit down to watch.
Is he
Rodri.
though? Is he
Yeah.
though?
Kinda is.
Like
And
FA Cup final,
And you know,
Mainu
They lost, yeah.
I gave somebody
like he did disappear against Madrid. Where was he?
In the Spain Euros as well. Like he had his moments.
I
where
gave
he was
somebody
like, okay.
an analogy, right? It's like comparing a sprint to a marathon. They're both types of athletics. Like they're both races. But you know, the excitement you get from watching a 100-meter sprint is different from the excitement you get from watching.
yeah.
So that's Vinny versus Rodri. They're two different players, two different levels of excitement.
Rio Ferdinand, what did he say? He was doing the game, Champions League. TNT Sport posted.
Yeah.
This guy, every team, he was beating men just before he goes to score a goal. He was like Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or, and then he scores. It's like Ballon d'Or. Seriously, that he's winning the Ballon d'Or after that goal.
Yeah.
And he scored a hat trick, right, against Dortmund in a comeback.
Yes.
Like, it's about the I'm him moments, right?
Yes.
It's about
I pulled my team up out of this.
And think about which team is doing that for and how far he's taken them. He's taken them to win a Champions League.
Yeah, but
and
guess
he's not
what?
just taking Dortmund to
But
or
the-
AC Milan. You know, not
But
these
the
smaller
reality
clubs.
is, he's the angry black man who
Yeah,
complains
and
about
that's
racism.
what I was gonna say. That's
Like
what I was gonna
I
say.
like I'm the average white journalist wherever I'm around the world. I've got Vini, I've got Rodri. You know, Rodri is the guy who when he was at Villarreal, he lived on the student campus because he wanted to focus on his studies. He's so wholesome. You know, he met his
Tucks his
girlfriend-
shirt in.
You know. Then we have this guy with a funny hairstyle, and he's
Yeah.
always talking about racism. Like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And that's
And he
what it sadly
dances
comes down
and-
to, and then
Okay, and he's kind of annoying, to be honest.
yeah, but even when but
So
then,
what if you're
no, but
like-
this is what I'm trying to say to you. When you look at the Ballon d'Or when it was on the other night, it's like I had it literally on in the background as I fell asleep because I said to
I don't
myself,
want
this is as far away from football
Yeah.
as you could. Like there was nothing there for me. All I saw was great outfits, great suits, multilingual presenters. It was not. There was nothing.
Yeah, and I think it's slowly dying. I think maybe in the next couple of
Like-
years we wouldn't care as much because maybe 3 years ago when it was Messi versus Ronaldo, and I think by the way, Messi and Ronaldo were the ones who made this
Ballon d'Or
award
thing
become
relevant.
a thing because when
Kaká
again
and those guys
growing up,
won it.
Kaká not only did he win that, he also won the World Player of the Year, and that was what we were like
Mm.
always counting on. Cause like it was okay. It's not a French magazine. It was like captains and coaches are all voting for the best. No.
Yeah.
So that one is like really, it's not journalist voting. This one is purely journalist.
And you know what? Even with the Ballon
It
d'Ors,
is journalists. No, I
yeah,
think players as well.
journalists. It's journalists.
It's journalists.
Journalists.
Oh, okay.
And
No wonder. Then you're
yeah.
talking about the thing.
Yeah, and then even like, bro, they wheeled out George Weah, who was won
Yeah.
it as the host, right?
Yeah.
And literally, like, I know I'm not. Maybe it's just me, But I was just looking at when the camera panned to the crowd, and he was talking about, well, you know, I support this. Those players, the people in that room look so disinterested in what George
That's
Weah
what it always
was saying.
is, bro.
And the thing about it is,
Have
I'm
you
saying
seen the
to myself,
performances?
it felt like he was just ticking a box.
Yeah.
Like ticking a box. Okay, wait. Let's get a black host. Didier is good, right? Let's get a black guy to give it out. Cool. Yeah. We've got our quota now. We're done.
Rodri can win it now.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's also politicized. Like, you can't ignore the possibility of UEFA or Ballon d'Or themselves, whatever, being influenced by UEFA. And the whole, Florentino Perez versus and Real Madrid versus the
rest of the
Super
world.
League kind of thing. There's no ignoring that.
And this is a conversation.
It's not really a conspiracy theory. It's like obvious.
And this is a conversation for another episode. But didn't these guys just create this new Super League themselves
it's a new Super League
for the European Champions League?
Absolutely.
Anyway, cool.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can enjoy yourselves with the Ballon d'Or conversations because people always come back and go like, oh, but then Snyder didn't win it. When Diego Milito didn't, Messi won it when these guys deserved it. You could do that with almost every year. But I'm just not going to waste too much time on it, honestly. I still think Vinicius should have won it, but I'm not going to lose any sleep that he didn't. And I'm just going to move on.
If we're being objective, I think Messi has like 3 pick. So.
And Ronaldo has like 1. All right. So, thank you so much, G, for showing up once again.
Can I say it?
Yeah, of course.
Please. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, you're a thief. Subscribe. You've watched to the end and you haven't subscribed.
It's right there.
Subscribe.
All right. Cheers, guys.